Now that warmer weather has arrived in the Central Okanagan, don't forget to check yourself, your children, and your pets if you're out for a walk, bike, or hike. Tick season is here, and although Lyme disease is rare in this part of British Columbia, it's not unheard of.
So the nicest part about living in Kelowna is the most common tick is not the one that is likely to give you Lyme disease. But sometimes that means you get a false sense of security. So first, whenever I talk about a tick, I kind of divide it into two major groups. There's the big ticks and the little ticks. So where you are in Kelowna, you're used to seeing the big tick. So, here's an example of a big tick. It's not that big, right? But we call them the big ticks because the little tick is super teeny tiny. So when you see the big tick, this one isn't really associated with Lyme disease very much. Now, it is associated with Rocky Mountain spotted fever. It's associated with a lot of other really nasty things. So don't think that it's benign.
One of the problems with Lyme disease is that it often goes undiagnosed for months or even years. Janet says don't always expect to find the classic bullseye rash.
Go purely on the idea that I'm an otherwise healthy person. If I get a tick bite and then I don't feel well, I'm going to say go into high gear and make sure that this isn't Lyme disease. But the rash is a symptom. Later on, you can get serious, it's like long COVID. People get neurologically, they can't think right.
So what should you do if you find a tick on you that appears to have bitten you? Well, Janet recommends you carry some of these little baggies with you when you're out hiking or biking. Pull the tick off very carefully, straight up is best, and then put it in the bag. When you get home, you can get a Sharpie or something else and label it with the date. Put it in the freezer. That way, if you start feeling symptoms, you can have that tick sent off for testing. To find out more about ticks, Lyme disease, the symptoms, and getting tested, go to the Canadian Lyme Disease Foundation website. In Kelowna, Cindy White, Castanet.